back to Vibe Vision, where we dive deep into the classics that shaped automotive history. Today, we're taking a closer look at one of the most distinctive and stylish American cars of the early 1960s, the 1960 Pontiac Ventura Bubble Top. This was an era when General Motors was producing some of the most iconic shapes ever seen on American roads, and the Ventura stands as a perfect example of Pontiac's balance between performance, style, and presence. At a time when cars weren't just transportation, but rolling statements of ambition and success, the Ventura Bubble Top made a statement all its own. From the very first glance, the exterior design of the 1960 Pontiac Ventura is pure drama wrapped in steel. The Bubble Top name comes from its unique roofline, a sweeping expanse of curved glass that almost feels like a fighter jet canopy. This design wasn't just a styling trick. It created one of the most airy and open cabin experiences of its time, making the car feel modern and futuristic in an era obsessed with space-age inspiration. The roofline flows seamlessly into the rear quarters, giving the Ventura an elegant silhouette that balances delicacy with bulk. The front fascia is unmistakably Pontiac. The wide split grille stretches across the nose, bookended by quad headlights that sit perfectly aligned with the body's strong horizontal lines. The chrome detailing is abundant, but it's tastefully applied, accentuating the car's length rather than overwhelming it. The Ventura carried Pontiac's signature wide track stance, a design philosophy the brand heavily promoted at the time. By pushing the wheels further out toward the edges of the body, Pontiac created not just a more stable ride, but also a road presence that looked muscular and commanding. Moving along the sides, you'll notice long, uninterrupted lines that stretch gracefully from front to back. The restrained use of trim lets the sculpted panels do most of the talking. Unlike the heavily finned cars from just a couple of years earlier, the Ventura toned things down with subtle tail fins, giving the car a sleek but understated rear end. The taillights are nestled into the chrome bezels at the edges, perfectly complementing the low, wide stance. The Bubble Top's rear glass wraps so far around that it feels almost panoramic, and this not only enhanced visibility, but also created a signature design cue that set it apart from more conventional hardtops. Pontiac was marketing the Ventura as a sportier, slightly more upscale alternative within its lineup, so attention to detail on the exterior was important. The car could be had in a range of two-tone color combinations, further emphasizing its lines and curves. Many examples from the time wore bold hues with contrasting roofs, adding to the sense of drama. Rolling on steel wheels with stylish hubcaps or optional 8-lug wheels, the Ventura conveyed both luxury and performance. Standing still, it had the aura of a car that meant business. Now, beyond the styling, Pontiac was also building a reputation for performance, and the 1960 Ventura lived up to that promise. Under the hood, it came standard with a 389 cubic inch V8 engine, an engine that would go on to be a cornerstone of Pontiac's performance identity throughout the 1960s. Depending on the configuration, this motor could deliver anywhere from around 215 horsepower in its more modest forms, all the way up to nearly 348 horsepower with the tri-power setup, which featured 3 two-barrel carburetors. That meant that buyers could tailor their Ventura to be anything from a comfortable cruiser to a serious street machine. The tri-power 389, in particular, gave the Ventura surprising performance for such a large car. With a proper setup, the car could surge forward with authority, offering impressive acceleration for the era. The wide track design contributed to handling that was more controlled than many of its competitors, giving drivers more confidence behind the wheel. This was a time when straight-line performance was king, and the Ventura delivered, but it also carried itself gracefully through turns thanks to that wider stance. Transmission choices included a 3-speed manual, a 4-speed manual for those seeking a true enthusiast setup, and Pontiac's smooth, high-dramatic automatic. This flexibility allowed the car to appeal to a broad audience, from the family man who wanted effortless cruising to the hot rodder who wanted to row through the gears. The 4-speed Ventura, combined with the tri-power 389, became especially popular among enthusiasts who recognized the car as more than just a pretty face. On the road, the Ventura was a blend of comfort and power. Its suspension was tuned to absorb the rougher roads of the 1960s, while still maintaining control, and power steering and power brakes were available to make the driving experience less demanding. At highway speeds, the car cruised effortlessly, and when asked, the big V8 could deliver bursts of speed that surprised unsuspecting rivals. This was Pontiac staking its claim as a performance division within GM, a reputation that would only grow in the coming decade. Inside, the Ventura Bubble Top was as stylish as its exterior promised, though our review will keep it brief. The interior was wide and airy, made even more so by that dramatic roofline and expansive glass. Sitting inside felt almost like being in a rolling observatory, with visibility in every direction. The dashboard carried Pontiac's trademark symmetrical design, with chrome bezels and bright accents framing the gauges. Bench seats were the norm, but they were upholstered in high-quality materials with detailed stitching, making the interior feel more premium than some of its sibling models. The rear seat passengers benefited from the bubble top's glass as well, as light flooded into the cabin. Even though this was a full-size car, the interior felt sporty and modern rather than heavy or outdated. It struck a nice balance between comfort and flair, something Pontiac had mastered during this period. Options such as air conditioning, upgraded radios, and power accessories gave owners the chance to spec their Venturas to suit their lifestyles, whether that was laid-back luxury or focused performance. What really cements the 1960 Pontiac Ventura Bubble Top as a classic is how it captured the best of its time. It combined futuristic styling with genuine performance credentials. It wasn't just a car for show, it had the hardware to back it up. The wide track engineering set it apart from competitors, giving it real handling advantages. The availability of the Tri-Power 389 made it a serious contender in the performance arena, and the bubble top roof ensured that it stood out visually from anything else on the road. Today, collectors and enthusiasts look back on the 1960 Ventura with admiration because it represents a turning point for Pontiac. It marked the brand's move toward performance and sporty design, without losing the refinement and luxury that full-size cars were known for. The bubble top in particular has become one of the most desirable body styles of the era, not only because of its rarity, but also because of how stunning it looks from every angle. Driving or even just admiring a 1960 Pontiac Ventura Bubble Top is like stepping into a snapshot of the early 1960s, a time when automakers were experimenting with bold new ideas, when design was just as important as engineering, and when Pontiac was quickly becoming a brand to watch. It was a car that offered presence, power, and poise all in one package. That's why the Ventura isn't just another classic. It's a symbol of Pontiac's ambition and vision at the dawn of the muscle car era. Whether you appreciate it for its jet-age bubble roof, its wide track stance, or the rumble of its 389 under the hood, the Ventura Bubble Top is a reminder of when American cars truly dared to be different. Thanks for joining us on Vibe Vision for this deep dive into the 1960 Pontiac Ventura Bubble Top. If you love classic cars that blend style with substance, this one deserves to be high on your list of favorites.